Welcome back to Treasure Quest Mining's weekly treasure hunt series. My name's Angeline, and I'm going to be your tour guide. Each week, we walk around the shop, select 10 treasures, tag them with a little blue dot, and then that treasure is 20% off for the week. Sale periods run from Friday to Friday. This week's sale runs from August 22nd through the 29th. If you're local to the Apex area, we invite you to come on by and shop the shelves. But if you're not local, that's not a problem. Simply give us a call or send us an email and we can ship that treasure out to you. All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. I love starting at the front of the store, so let's go ahead and work on selecting treasures 1 through 10. You know, I've been thinking about this mosaic jasper for quite a few weeks. So let's pick a mosaic jasper piece. This material is from Brazil and it's very interesting. It's not common. I have not seen it on the market since we purchased this batch quite a little while ago, actually. And they have really interesting patterns. Check that out. And it's a pretty inexpensive material, especially for a Brazilian piece. Each piece is so unique. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. Okay. So this is a $30 piece. And for those of you that are into the metaphysical side of things, it's supposed to help repel negativity and bring in positivity. So that's always a great feature. And look how beautiful this piece is. Yep, this is a great one to start our week off. So we'll use this one as treasure number 1, this piece of mosaic jasper from Brazil. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna pick treasure number 2. We'll focus on this wall. It's very well lit over here, so it's a bit easier to video. We just finished up a show this past week and sold a tremendous amount of obsidian, so maybe we'll pick a piece of obsidian. We have rainbow obsidian spheres. Check out those cool patterns in there. And obsidian PowerPoints, obelisks, towers, and some rough material. So let's pick a rough piece, and I'm liking this one. This material is from Mexico, and we purchase our obsidian from a gentleman that owns the land. It's him and his daughter, and he owns this land and he mines this material himself, and we just really enjoy supporting him and his family. Some of these other mines are owned by big conglomerates, so we just think it's great to support him. And so this is a piece from his mine in Mexico, and it's a $24 piece of rough obsidian. You can see the outer edge, it's cool, and how it naturally cleaves. Some folks use this for flint knapping, and some folks just like to have a cool piece in their house. So there we go. That's a great piece for treasure number 2, $24 piece of obsidian. And we're gonna pick the neighboring material, some celestite, for treasure number 3. It makes it easy breezy to find the pieces in order. So let's pick a piece of celestite. So this heavenly blue material is from Madagascar, and it does grow in a geode. So you'll always see these rough outer crust there. We like to put them on these little black stands. It helps prop them up a bit nicer. The stands are $4 if you need to buy one. Now let's pick this one. This big piece is $68 and has a lot of wonderful rainbows in there. And you guys know I love a rainbow, so that's a good piece. You may not see them on the video, but they're there. Yeah, that's perfect. This will be treasure number 3 for this week. This $68 piece of celestite from Madagascar. There we go. Number 3 is right next to number 2. That'll be easy to spot those guys. And number 4 is going to be right above them. Let's pick a piece of sphalerite for number 4. This material is from China, and I really like the patterns. And it's very similar in pattern to that mosaic jasper, so that's a nice complement for this week. And this is a good slab, so let's pick this one. This is a $42 slab of sphalerite, and it's a little sparkly there. And it does come with a stand, and it's been polished on both sides, so you can pick which side you'd like to display. There you go. Treasure number 4 for this week, this piece of sphalerite. There's the metaphysical properties for sphalerite. All right, now let's move down the line. We did bring out some new material this week that we haven't shown you before, so I want to beeline right over to it. We have some pretty great pieces of calcite from Indonesia, and these pieces fluoresce. And you know I love a fluorescent material, love a fluorescent rock. So these are really great. Check out the structure on these and the clarity. They're awesome, these little calcite specimens. And moderately priced too. They're really a nice little specimen to add to your collection. It is hard to choose. I like this one a whole lot. So let's choose this one. This is a $36 specimen. And there's some rainbows. You see that little rainbow there? There we go. This will be a great treasure for this week. This $36 piece of calcite will be treasure number 5. Okay, let's head down the hall to pick treasures 6 through 10. Now, in prepping for this video, I saw that I have to restock this wall. So it kind of struck me to pick this Coke bottle. So I definitely think this would be a great addition to this week. These Coke bottle crates are quite old. They all have the date stamp inside of them for when they were manufactured. And this one is difficult to read, but it says 1960 something. And that remaining year is marked, it's rubbed off quite a bit. But these are pretty cool antiques. They're old Coca-Cola glass bottle carrying crates and storage crates. So they would bring in the bottles into the General Mart or grocery store in this crate, and then there was a rack that they could set these crates on to sell the Coke right out of the crate. And they're super cool. They still have the impression of the glass bottles, which is really neat. But for our purposes, my husband and I love to antique, so if we find a pretty cool antique that we can bring to the shop that you can use at your home, we're gonna do that. But they're great for storing little knickknacks, little crystals, little gems. You can even put little toys, but trinkets. And they sit nicely on a flat surface, so you can display them just sitting them on your desk or shelf. But we've also fastened some hangers to them so that you can just hang them. They're just sliding on these pegs. But one of the cool things about vintage crates or antique crates is this metal strapping that they use to keep them together. So I should mention the price. So this is a $38 vintage Coca-Cola crate that was made in 1960 something. And that'll be treasure number 6 for this week. Yeah, that'll be a fun piece for your collection to use to display your treasures. We have some more vintage pieces here, and there's a few more Coke crates. But let's turn our attention to this cabinet. I did put a bunch of new ammonite specimens out on the showroom floor, and I put this one out, and I didn't get a chance to feature it in a previous week, so I think this is a good one to feature. This is a whole ammonite specimen, as is this one. And these pieces are when the whole is sliced in half, allowing you to see the interior chambers. Ammonites are pretty amazing. They lived during the time of the dinosaurs and went extinct 65 million years ago. Oh, there we go. And these pieces are from Madagascar. And I can talk about these for like 20 minutes, but I'll try to be really brief. The short of it is the cephalopod or squid-like creature lived in the forwardmost chamber. So if you look at these chambers, the animal lived in the forwardmost chamber, and the rest of his shell was empty, and he would adjust his buoyancy in the water column by regulating the amount of gas or water that was in the chambered shell. Pretty cool stuff, actually. The modern day Nautilus does the same thing. And so those are all the little chambers, okay? When those chambers intersect the exterior of the shell, they have this amazing oak leaf pattern. So when you cut them and you see them a cross section, that's what they look like. And then when they intersect the shell wall, that's what they look like. They're spectacular. Now, of course, these are fossils, right? So the organic material has been replaced with minerals. So we're seeing a lot of jasper, aragonite, calcite. That's what we're seeing in these shells. Okay, these specimens are extra rare. These are from Morocco. You don't get very many amazing specimens from Morocco. But we're gonna focus on this one because this is super cool. What they did was they polished one side and left the other side intact. Now, that is spectacular. And so this is an opalized mother of pearl, or nacre, from the animal's original shell. And check that out. I mean, it's really just breathtaking, and it's hard to believe that this has, weathered 65 million years and is now here in Apex, North Carolina. So pretty amazing stuff. So I love these guys. So this is a very special one because they polished one half of it, leaving the other half in this shape. It's awesome. So this specimen is $168, and this will be treasure number 7 for this week, and it comes with the stand as well. Okay, we're off to pick treasure number 8 for this week. And I feel like I have focused on a lot of this material in the past, and I'm wanting to pick another piece of fluorite, but we'll skip it. We'll pick something different. But I did want to show you this cute little fluorite elephant, and he would look really good on that Coke bottle display. But let's pick some Indian material. So let's pick this orbicular jasper. It is in the same region that they find the king cobra jasper we talked about a previous week, the unicorn jasper, bloodstone, and green zebra jasper are all from the same area. And so this is called orbicular jasper. Orbicular, of course, meaning orbs or circles, right? When it's from Madagascar, they call orbicular jasper ocean jasper, sea jasper, or Atlantis stone. But this material, you could call it ocean jasper, but the cleanest name is orbicular. And from the metaphysical perspective, it's supposed to aid in creating positive change. I know I don't always mention that, so I'll try to highlight those signs as we go. I just get so focused on keeping the videos brief, I don't always mention the metaphysical meaning. And I love this one. So I was gonna pick one of these eggs, but I dig this one. This one's cool. I love the colors. So this is a $42 piece of orbicular jasper. This is the last of the material that we have left, and I really love those colors. So there we go. That'll be treasure number, what am I on, 8? Treasure number 8 for this week. There we go, and I've moved it to the front. That's perfect. Treasure number 8. And I usually just zoom right by this window area, and we have a lot of really cool things in this window area. We have some sun catchers and beaded hummingbirds and glass lamp work, and of course wind chimes, both glass wind chimes and seashell wind chimes. And I know I picked a wind chime previously, but I can't remember what color. So I think we'll pick this one because I love rainbow colors and it's really nice. So this is what this guy sounds like. These are made in Indonesia, and that's a great one. This one's huge and amazing, but that one is small and compact enough that you can find a place to put it. I know you can find a place to put it. So these are $36 and they're in the box, so it's nice and easy to just grab and go. They do make a nice gift. Again, it's small enough that you can put it just about anywhere. So there we go. Treasure number 9, this wonderful wind chime from Indonesia. Okay, so it's just that one. You gotta grab that one box. I think you can see that dot pretty well. Okay, now let's pick something from this side. And I did just make a few more air plants this week. So I have some new air plant colors for the glass globes. So we always carry pink, fluorite, amethyst, but our new colors are citrine and carnelian. So let's pick, oh, that's a tough choice. Let's pick the carnelian. And so these little glass globes are perfect for hanging your air plant just about anywhere, or setting it on the shelf. It looks nice like that too. These are $16 and they include the Guatemala Ionatha air plant. You just pull them out this way, spritz them with some water, let the water drip off, shake it off, and then pop them back in there. You want to do that once a week. You don't want to soak these in water. So I know that's a common trend that you'll see online, is to soak them, but what happens is they don't dry out quick enough and they'll rot. So you just want to mist them once a week. And then this guy has cute little carnelian tumbled stones in there. And then you just pop them right back in. And that's super cute. So there we go. So carnelian's one of our new colors for these glass globes. And this will be a great way to finish up the week. So treasure number 10 is this air plant. Now let's retrace our steps. That's a wrap. Thanks so much for shopping with us, folks. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.